Hello and welcome to Self Upgrade. Today we are going to continue with our series about Amazon FBA. This is the second video. So if you haven't watched the first one and this is something which is brand new to you, make sure to watch it, especially if you are interested in, launching an Amazon FBA business. The information provided there will be very, very helpful to you. So today I'm going to focus on product labeling because that's what I did lately. So I did lots of product labeling and then I sent my products to Amazon, to the Amazon warehouse. So I'm going to walk you through the process. But before we get started, last time in the first video, someone shared a comment. They were asking, is it possible to find an agent in China who can make contact with suppliers in China? So the answer is yes. There are lots of agencies that actually help Amazon FBA businesses to not only look for their products, but also go, like I said in my previous video, I had an inspection company that went on my behalf and inspected all the products to make sure that the products were the highest quality possible. So this is also something that, there are lots of agencies that do different things. Some agencies will take care of the whole process, like, sourcing the product and then go to check the quality of the product and then send the product to you or to the Amazon warehouse. So this is something that can be done. So yes, there are many agencies that do this. So just do your research and choose carefully the agency that you think can help you. But yes, this is definitely something that is available. Now, let's get to our main point of discussion today, which is product labeling. So in the previous video, I told you that the next step was going to be to focus on the logistics side of things because I received, just check the details in the first video, but I received some of my products at home because I wanted to check the quality and to ensure that all my products are the highest quality possible. The products were here. Then last month when I was recording, it was the time that I was actually preparing to send the products to the Amazon warehouse. So in that process, I learned so much. I learned so much because when my products came from China, they were not labeled. I didn't ask my supplier to label them. But this is very important for you to understand that most FBA businesses actually ask their suppliers to label their products for a small fee and then send them straight to Amazon. Because if the products are not labeled, once they arrived at the Amazon warehouse, they will be actually labeled by the Amazon team, and that will come with a cost, and which is not, the cheapest, to be honest. So it's cheaper to get the product labeled in China. But for me, because I was receiving the product and, it's something new, something exciting, I was like, okay, I'll do the labeling myself. And to be honest with you, it wasn't an easy task. It wasn't easy at all because you have to figure out which labels you need for your product, so lots of research. And then once you know the labels, look for suppliers, where you can find them, etc. So it wasn't an easy task. But to be honest with you, I don't regret it because I learned so much and here I am sharing with you. So if I didn't do that, I won't be able to do this. I'm sure that you're asking, okay, so how do you figure out which labels you need for your product? So this is actually something that when you were working on your shipping plan on Seller Central, they will tell you actually which labels you need depending on the category of your product. Let's start with actually what all FBA businesses have to have in terms of labels, the labels that, all FBAs have to have. Basically, it looks like something a little bit like this. So these are my labels. These are my labels, the leftover labels. Basically, I did some research online and found some websites that were creating labels. And I also found some that were creating Amazon FBA labels specifically. And within your labels, so you have the product code, and then you have to have the name basically of your product, the name, like, something that summarizes what the product is about. For instance, if you are selling dolls, you can write dolls or teddy bears, whatever you're selling. So you write. And also, if you have variations, this is very important. If you have variations, for instance, colors, teddy bears that come in different colors, teddy bear is just it's just an example. But if you are selling teddy bears of different colors, so you can have like the name like teddy bear, and then between parentheses, white, blue, etc., depending on how many variations you have. So that's very important. And also, Amazon wants you to specify the location of the product. Where did you get the product from? Most Amazon businesses actually get their products from China. My products as well were from China. So I decided to put that here. You can also have like a made in China label, a separate one. But for me, I chose to put the made in China here. And then you have to specify whether the product is new, brand new, or it's already used. So you have to specify that within this label. And the label has to go, the product label. If, for instance, let's say you have your teddy bear, and then I'm still continuing with the example of the teddy bear. So if your teddy bear is within a plastic bag, the plastic bag has to have the product label on it. And then the teddy bear is going to go, like, maybe in a box, let's say something like this. So this is where my labels were. So if your teddy bear is going to go in there, then you have to have your label somewhere on the box as well, on your package. So that's how it works. This is for product labeling. So like I said, you have to have it on the product. If there's a plastic, your product is within a plastic bag, the plastic bag has to contain the label, and the label has to appear on the box as well, that or whatever package that you're going to put your product in. So that's it for regarding the product label, and you have to repeat that for all your products. So I just mentioned earlier that if you have different products, different variations, you also need to specify that, meaning that you cannot use, if you have different variations, you have to have labels for each variation. So if you have red teddy bears, you have to have a label for the red teddy bears. If you have white teddy bears as well, a separate one for the white teddy bears, because like I said, you have to specify the variation within the label. So I hope that's clear. If it's not, just leave a comment and I will help you understand, or if there's something which you would like to know regarding labeling, just comment below and I'll get back to you. So that was the first label. Like I said, that label, any FBA business has to have that label on their products. And then for me, regarding my category, I also needed, because I mentioned earlier that if your teddy bear is going to go in a plastic bag, you will have to, to put the product label there. So you have to put the product label, but you have also to add another label. For me, I needed to put something like this. Basically, this is a warning for, so it says plastic bags can be dangerous. To avoid danger of suffocation, keep this wrapper away from babies and children. So you have to do this. If your products are for young kids or children, or if if your product comes with a plastic bag, like I mentioned earlier, you definitely have to have this, to make sure that if something happens, you actually have the warning there, and you are not responsible for whatever happens in terms of, children suffocating or something like that, because that's a danger, that's an existing danger with plastic bags and children. So we have the responsibility to specify that by putting a warning sign. So these are some things that actually you can source from Amazon. So yeah, you for mine, I put this because I have a plastic bag, as a wrapping. I wrapped my products within a plastic bag and then I put them in a box. So I had to have this, a suffocation warning, to avoid any suffocation and to make sure that parents are careful when they receive your product. So that's another thing, and that's really it for product labels. And you need to make sure that the labels are somewhere that is clear, that is very easy, for Amazon workers to see. That they won't have to tear something or to unpack the whole product to see it. So it means that you are not going to stick the label on the product itself, because it will just mean that they will have to undo all the packaging to reach the label. It has to be somewhere that they can scan it easily. So for me, that's why I put mine on the plastic bag, but also on the box within which I put the product. So that's it for product labeling. But once again, if you have any doubts or any, it was very daunting for me. I had to do a lot of research, to be able to do this. So if you have any questions or if you are lost, don't hesitate. Just leave me a comment and I will help you. And then, so once you have done your product labeling, now comes the box labeling. Basically, all these labels, don't worry, because the only label that you actually need to produce is the product label. That's the label that you need to actually go and find a supplier to produce the label for you. But the box labels are actually provided by Amazon. For me, for instance, I was using UPS to send my products there. I had a label for FBA and another label for UPS. They were both together, and then you can print them out. I bought some A4 double-sided tape, and then I stuck the first side on the box, and then I took my label and just stuck it on the other side of the tape. So that was really easy to do, and that's something that I suggest you to do, because I saw lots of people asking, like, how do you do the box labels then? How do you do the box labels? And yeah, that's the best way. So the double-sided tapes as well, you can A4. I have to specify A4. It's that's the format that I chose when printing my labels. So I suggest that you do that. It's the easiest. You just get those double-sided tapes, and then it will be easy for you to just stick it on the box and get it sent to the Amazon warehouse. And for me, actually, the boxes were not sent. They were not all sent to the same warehouse. They were sent to different warehouses. I'm not sure based on what, probably availability. I'm not sure, but they were sent to different warehouses. So once I have done all that, I mean, I had my nephew to come over and help me in terms of logistics. He helped me to send the boxes. I did all the labeling, and then he just took them to the nearest UPS drop off. And also regarding UPS, as I'm talking about UPS, if you are doing this and if you actually have your products at home, it's very important for you to know that UPS actually, they don't do residential. If you have your products, because I had mine in our garage, and I actually I paid everything on Seller Central, and then I went to schedule the pickup on UPS's website, but they emailed me back. They were like, we don't do residential. If it's for residential, you have to actually arrange the logistics from wherever the products are and get them to the nearest UPS drop-off. So yeah, I think that's very important, because for me, I wasn't aware that they were not doing residential. So I planned everything, and then I did my scheduling. The next day, I come back to find that actually they don't do residential. So now you know, if you didn't know. make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and I shall see you in the next video.